Hi, Marta, the business healer. Earlier this week, I had asked, where in your life or work have you set an invisible ceiling that you didn't even know was there? Today, I want to share something that happened. Today, I want to share something a participant in my 8-day business receiving challenge discovered. He had been doing prosperity work for a while. He thought he'd moved through most of his scarcity patterns. And as he sat with one of the practices this week, something surfaced that he hadn't seen before. He realized he had opened himself to receiving clients and contracts. Work was coming in, and $10,000 clients felt normal, not just possible, but normal. But somewhere along the way, he had quietly decided that $25,000 clients just weren't available to him. Not because anyone told him it wasn't possible, not because others in the field weren't having that happen. He had just simply internalized it as the ceiling. And it had been quietly running in the background, this ceiling, shaping every proposal he wrote and every conversation he had about fees. When he saw this pattern, he didn't collapse, he got curious. He started asking, what would it feel like to propose 25,000? Where does that land? How does that land in my body? Where does the desire live, and where does the fear show up? That's the practice, not forcing, just seeing. Seeing and being aware is the start of transformation. And I can relate to this. Early in my business, I really struggled with setting my fees. There's a quiet voice that said, people won't pay that, or who do you think you are, or that's too much for what you offer. I hadn't decided that consciously, but it was there, shaping what I asked for and what I allowed myself to believe was possible. Seeing it was the first step. And once I could see it, I could work with it. The prosperity program, the work that I do with my one-on-one clients isn't always dramatic. Sometimes it's just noticing. It's just noticing the number, the limit you never questioned, the ask you never made, or the possibility you quietly decided wasn't even available to you. And then the next part of the work is asking, is that actually true? Or is that a limit I set without realizing it? This is the work that we do together. And what the receiving challenge has been surfacing this week. Not just the obvious blocks, but also the quiet ones. The ones hiding in plain sight. If you're curious about what's possible when those ceilings lift, I'd love to connect. Find the details below or explore whether Pathway to Prosperity is right for you. Where have you quietly capped your potential and what's available to you? I'd love to hear. Just drop a comment or send me an email. I'd love to hear about it. Bye for now.